Good morning. My name's Lucy Brazier. I'm the CEO of Marcham Publishing. We're the publishers of Executive Secretary magazine. I'm here in Philadelphia this morning. I'm about to go and speak to SAP, to the assistants there for the fourth year in a row. But I did want to, first of all, wish you all a very happy Administrative Professionals Day, wherever you are in the world, and also to share a little bit about the strides that we're making in the profession to professionalise it. This year has been absolutely extraordinary. For 8 years, I've been traveling and I've been speaking to assistants, and we've really been campaigning to get the role recognized for what it is, which is actually middle management. Now, the ASAP proved in 2014 with a survey they did of their 70,000 members, beyond any doubt, that in fact you guys are the new middle management. So now businesses are starting to take that on board. There have been several really huge strides forward this year, and I just wanted to share them with you so that you can see how things are progressing. The first thing is the World Administrators Summit, which took place in October in Frankfurt. There were more countries attend that this time than any other summit that we have had. It's a summit that takes place every 3 years and has done since 1991. It was originally started by what is now the IAAP, the big American association. But what was so exciting about this one is that associations that maybe on occasion have been in competition with each other are now working alongside each other, and the world is far more joined up. I think this is partly to do with the internet and people starting to connect. But I'd also like to think that we have played a part in that, because when I've been traveling and I've been meeting people that have similar ideals, I've been joining them together. Anyway, World Administrators Summit in 2015 took place in Papua New Guinea, and there was all sorts of research that was commissioned at that point. So for 3 years, there has been research being done into qualifications and certifications, into career progression, into job titles, into international networks. And there were some great results that were presented in Frankfurt in October. Tomorrow, we will be releasing the supplement that we have put together, which has the findings from all the research that was done so that we can share it with the rest of the world. And I think you're going to find it fascinating. We get in 2020 to Wellington, and in Wellington, we're going to be talking about how the results actually are turned into reality. There is a whole heap more work being done that we are going to be presenting, and you will see then hopefully the world change very definitely for the good. But you know, the other thing that's amazing is that the big businesses are really starting to sit up and take notice. This year, I've done several consultancy projects with some really, really huge companies out there. And that has involved looking at career progression for assistants and how they're putting that into place, really for the first time. The businesses are starting to understand how, with technology being the way it is, actually, if you use your assistants properly, it drops to the bottom line. Here is the piece of math that I teach when I'm doing my classes, which is that if you have an executive who is earning 200,000 a year, just as an example, as an assistant, office team think that you save them 8 hours a week on average. I think that's low. I think the very best of you are probably saving more like 50, 60% of your executive's time. So times that by their salary. That's what you're adding to the bottom line. And then think about all the things that your executive will go and do in the time period where you have saved them that time. So how do they use that 60% of their time to come up with new ideas, new revenue streams, to cultivate things that are going to make their companies a lot more money? And that's before you start doing the traditional kind of stuff that you do, the booking meetings, the booking travel, the looking at calendars, all that stuff. That also adds to the bottom line. I think with the advent of AI, which is already here, by the way, it's not something that's coming, we shouldn't be afraid of that. That's something that's really going to underpin our roles. It's going to make it easier for doing the task-based stuff. The press is full of the fact that it's going to take over your role. I think that's utter nonsense. I think that if all you are doing is the task-based stuff, then yes, probably. But actually now assistants are far more doing project management. They're getting very involved in the things that are making the executives the money. And actually, this is another thing which has been amazing this year, is that Google has renamed all its assistants administrative business partners. So it's moving very much in the right direction. So I hope you will agree with me that this all gives us cause for hope. It gives us a cause to look at the future and how all that is going to work. We're hoping that as we move forward, we're going to get to a situation whereby we have got 5 different levels of assistant, and each level has got different skill sets listed underneath that. So we're not talking job titles, because we know that you could be sitting next to another assistant and be doing totally different jobs. The job descriptions, the job titles, we could argue about all day. We've come across 162 job titles so far, and that's not including in translation. So you can see that when you start talking to companies about what they should be calling their assistants, that becomes a problem. But to have 5 levels does several things. Firstly, if you start with a level 1 assistant at entry level, it kind of says to the assistants getting into the profession that there is a level 2, 3, 4 and upward, so that they can see that there will be career progression and that this isn't a dead-end job, it is a career. Secondly, what it means is that if you are looking for training, you'll be able to say, well, actually, if I'm wanting to move from a level 3 to 4, for example, here are the skill sets that I really need to develop in order to get to be a level 4 assistant. And therefore, if I'm booking training, I need a course which is going to give me those skill sets. Thirdly, what it does is it means that people who are employing will be able to look, because quite often the employer doesn't know what they're looking for. So it will mean that they will be able to say, what I really need when I look at these different levels is a level 4 assistant, and these are the skill sets that they're likely to have. And I think for all of you, what it means is that wherever you're going in the world, or if it's just in your country, you'll be able to say, I am a level 4 assistant, and therefore the remuneration that I need is this. I hope that really makes sense. So I'm going to sign off. I did just want to share that with you because I think, as I say, this year we have come along in leaps and bounds, and we're really getting to where we need to be. So from me, all I would say for today is a very happy Administrative Professionals Day. Look out for the outcomes from World Administrators Summit tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you in a town near you very soon. Thank you.